And welcome to our next segment of UView, where I'll be interviewing Tolu. And Tolu is currently on a 31-day challenge, a 31-day photography challenge.
Right.
And I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about what that is.
Okay. Well, so the project is called 31 Fears. It's in parts inspired by like Inktober or other, Halloween series where basically I just take a photo, or rather I wake up. Throughout the day, I examine my fears. At the end of the day, I find a photo that matches the fears that I experience on that day, and then I just go ahead and post that.
So you're not part of any current challenge going on. This is your own challenge that you've made up for yourself. Okay, so what were your expectations going into this?
Honestly, I was a little scared. Halloween has its notions for being like the spooky month. But honestly, I find real life to be a little bit scarier. So just taking those steps to be, introspective enough to, analyze my fears and the things that I encounter, obstacles along that.
So why did you decide to go on this journey, which is a very vulnerable and exposing journey? And so why did you decide to do this?
A lot of it is motivated by, I feel like, so the conversation about mental health, illness is being had, but the conversation about addressing mental health illnesses is not. So it's commonplace to say like, oh, I have depression or something like that, but it's not. This is my specific fear. I'm acknowledging it, addressing it, and that's the first step towards dealing with it.
And why did you choose social media and specifically Instagram to tackle this issue?
A lot of it was based in, I have a lot of problems with a need for perfection. I'm a photographer, so I hadn't before this month posted since January. It was like every time I would get to a picture and say like, oh, this isn't good enough, I'll fix it tomorrow, and then I go back in and I'm like, oh, it's not good enough. So October I was just like, what's scarier than commitment? Yeah.
So what was one fear that you were really surprised about?
I'm not sure specifically what day it was, but there was around day 10, I just had this feeling of like I was, well into the project and analyzing myself. I was kind of getting a hang of it. And then I woke up that day and there was just nothing. There was no, there was nothing for me to grab onto and say, oh yeah, this is my fear. This is something that I'll, think about through the day, see how it's an obstacle to me. It was just nothing. And there was so much anxiety involved in what I described as the nothing.
So not even knowing what your fear was the fear.
But just knowing, just that anxiety about, oh, something's coming. I'm not
You don't know what it is.
I'm ready for it, yeah.
Okay, and so compared to your first day of posting, do you feel like it got any easier, like from where you are now, or has it gotten worse, or pretty much stayed the same?
I would actually say it got harder to post progressively. In the first few days, it was, I had enough pictures to kind of carry me over, and it wasn't as personal of a project as it should have been. So I took some revisions and made it more dealing with the things that I specifically dealt with. And around day 11 or so, it was just so hard for me to spend an entire day thinking about what my obstacles are that I just stopped this series actually.
Yeah.
And I didn't really revisit the idea of it until just yesterday.
Yeah, because I saw there was a couple of days where there was nothing.
Right. I think it was something like a 7 or 8 day span of time where like I would wake up and I'm like, say, I know exactly what my fear is today, but I'm not ready to address it because this fear is too deep relative to where I started this project at and where it needs to go.
And this project being so emotionally connected is probably very difficult to deal with while you're in school, trying to get your homework done, trying to go to work, all this stuff, and you just have this very weighing thought on your mind. So how has that been balancing school and this project?
I think having to balance the needs between time spent doing homework and time spent doing this project has actually been beneficial in the sense that I have more of a sense of dutifulness and purpose. So it's like, I'm going to address this and then it's done. Rather, if I wasn't in school, I think I might just spend too much time lingering with the idea of what my fears are.
And you had one post where you said, "Today I feared nothing." Or was that the one that you were just talking about?
Yeah, that was when I restarted posting after that span of days where I was just like, these are too deep. I woke up that day and there wasn't anything, but it didn't feel like anything was coming. And I think that was when I realized the impact that this series has had on me, as far as improving my mental health and helping me in that regard. It's been therapeutic.
So how has social media had an effect on your mental health?
Historically, not too good, actually. I think social media kind of creates a sense of putting my best foot forward. I show people what I do on the weekends or the one time in a year where I go to the beach. And I think that was something that I wanted to go against the grain on, and just say, these are my worst days. Or these are my best days, but it's what I'm experiencing.
The worst part of even that best day. Interesting.
And even the best part of my best day, but just being completely honest about what I was experiencing rather than saying like, oh, this day was trash and I had 4.5 minutes that were great and I'm going to post something from that. Today was genuinely a good day, so I want to share that. And I think,
So how do you think, or why do you think that social media can be used to kind of combat this mental health issue?
I'd say that's more of I find it therapeutic for me because it's what I need. However, the matter of mental health and mental health illnesses is a very personal thing. So each person is going to need something different to be able to address their downs and their ups. But yeah, I think for me, having been a photographer for something like 11 years now, something around there.
We'll call it 11.
Call it 11.
Give more anyway.
It's been a large part of my life. And being honest is changing my narrative of how I view social media.
So for our final question, would you ever do this challenge again?
No. Nope, it's too much.
All right. Thank you for joining me on this episode, Tolu. And thank you as well for joining us, and we'll see you back in the next episode. Welcome back, and we're here with our final game, Fill in the Blank. And I'm here again with Tolu and Rick. And we are going to play Fill in the Blank. We're going to draw from this box and see what everyone's answers would be and see how well we do or do not know each other. All right, I'll go first, give you an idea of how it goes. Okay. While I was out shooting photos, I saw a blank. While I was out shooting photos, I saw a blank. So I'm going to write my answer, and you guys are going to guess what you think I would say.
Well, that's a shorter one than mine.
I know, I heard the pencil scratches and yours was longer. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. An accident? A moo. A cow, a moo.
A cow. Okay.
I don't know, we're in Walla Walla. Animals appear. I don't know.
A moose, maybe, yeah.
All right, Rick, you want to go next?
Okay.
Get a new sheet of paper.
New sheet of paper. All right. When I was on my returning flight to go home, I snapped a photo of my returning flight home. Snapped a photo of Okay.
I feel like I wrote a story. Okay. All right, ready,
Okay.
set, go.
The forest
A
fire.
forest fire.
A sunset. That's good.
Oh, these are all wholesome.
What's that?
A lady snoring and drooling next to me.
Okay.
I think as wholesome as a forest fire.
That's a
can
good
be.
one.
That's the
looking
forest
out the
fire is
window.
very wholesome, actually.
No.
All right, Tolu,
Noticing
your
a
turn.
trend here. All right. While I was walking through a blank museum, I saw a blank hanging from the ceiling.
Ooh, a blank museum. I found
What would I see?
blank.
What museum would you even be in?
That's a good question. Seattle Art Museum.
Okay.
Yeah.
You told us the answer. We're just going to write that down. It's fine.
Okay. You're never going to get this.
All right.
I don't think I'm ever gonna get this. So,
You ready? No, he's not ready.
sure. No.
We'll wait.
There we go. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Maritime net.
And a net hanging from the
A tree.
art
Yeah.
museum.
They have
A
Chandelier.
chandelier.
Okay.
Big old tree in the lobby.
Okay. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us in this segment of Fill in the Blank. Hope to see you again in our next episode.
I was gonna put dragon.